Stocks trade in a narrow range on the lean first day of 2024. Energy and utilities lead the gains while IT drags and mid-caps outperforms today.
M&M and Scott see a sharp dip in tractor sales on a delay in harvesting and lower sowing. Even Bajaj Auto, M&M and Maruti's auto segment sales failed to meet expectations.
BHEL gains following a news report claiming it has won an over 19,000 crore rupees order from NLC India for an ultra supercritical thermal power plant. Neither company has responded to CNBC-TV18's query to confirm this as yet.
Freight rates jump on Red Sea skirmishes as ships take a longer route around. A shortage of containers and exporters holding back are some of the other outcomes, say experts. Bajaj Auto also points to some disruption in exports.
Hello and welcome to a bright new year 2024. Here's wishing all our viewers from the entire team of Business Lunch a very happy new year. May all positive things and your new year resolutions are successful this year. That's what I will say. Happy New Year, Sonal.
Happy New Year, Nisha, and of course, Happy New Year to all the viewers as well. And what else would you want, right? At least for the investors, markets up 20% in 2022. Let's see what 2024 has in pocket for us.
Oh, that's right. And there's some big things happening in 2024. Election is one in our country, in the US. There are a lot of global geopolitical tension. And on the other hand, the turn of interest rate cycle. These are the three highlights I would look at. Let's take a look at the market at the moment. Yes, it's going to be a tepid day on the first day. Not many of us would be working today, but 21,700 levels. That's what Nifty 50 opened above and has maintained it even if there is a flattish tendency. So at the moment, about 21,744 on Nifty 50. Bank Nifty also in line flattish, but where is the outperformance coming in from? It's the mid-cap universe again, and it is showing stupendous gains today, 0.8% up in trade at the moment, and that's what's aiding the overall market breadth as well, with a lot of stocks on the advancing side compared to the declines. On my screen, what's really aiding Nifty 50 at the moment in terms of percentage, the top gainers are some of the Adani group of companies on the PSU stocks like Coal India, and Tata Motors is one outlier from the auto pack, but on the downward side, on the red tick, I'm seeing most of the auto companies, and of course the auto numbers are the ones that we are really keeping an eye out for, Sonal.
Okay, all right. So those are some of the stocks which are on our radar. But in terms of the sectoral movers, the PSUs continue to do well. So that's one pocket which is doing well again now. And mid-caps and small caps, as Nisha was mentioning, stars again, at least on the first day of this new year. So let's see which way things go. But let's focus on some stocks on the move now. Auto sales for the month of December, they've been trickling in. We have Sudarshan join us now to tell us what they are really looking like. Sudarshan.
Yeah, so far December auto sales have come in largely below CNBC-TV18 poll. We'll start with Maruti. Total sales are at 1.37 lakh units against CNBC-TV18 poll of 1.47 lakh units and against 1.33 lakh units in the same period last year. That's down 1%. But 2023 overall has been the best year ever for the company. For the first time, it has crossed annual sales of 20 lakh units, and also on exports front, it did highest ever yearly sales of 2.69 lakh units. For M&M, it has also reported sales below estimates. Auto segment sales are at 60,188 units against CNBC-TV18 poll of 67,550 units, but year on year, it's up 6%. For tractor segment, sales have come in at 19,138 units against CNBC-TV18 poll of 22,667 units and are down 18% YOY. Same trend was seen in Escorts Kubota sales too. Escorts has reported total sales of 4,536 units, down nearly 19% year on year. Domestic sales are down 17% and exports are down almost 32%. Commentary for the tractor segment has been cautious as well. Escorts Kubota says rural sentiments were impacted due to delay in crop harvest, lower rabi sowing, thus affecting both retail and wholesale. M&M says retail momentum slowed down on account of tapering of agricultural activities, which is the norm in the month of December. Coming to Bajaj Auto, it has reported numbers higher year-on-year but is slightly below CNBC-TV18 poll. Total sales are 3.26 lakh units against CNBC-TV18 poll of 3.51 lakh units, and it is up 16% year-on-year.
All right, Sudarshan, thanks so much for giving us an exhaustive account of the auto sales numbers for the last month, which have been reported. In fact, auto sector is one sector which is very reactive of these developments. And let's also listen into what the management of Bajaj Auto had to say earlier in the day about the future projections, market share, and the performance in the month gone by. Listen in.
Even in December, we outpaced the industry in domestic motorcycles by almost 2 times. So giving a further expansion of market share in that very strategic 125cc plus segments. The newer businesses like Chetak did well. We continued to garner market share, and supply chain kept expanding its performance. So we breached the 10,000 mark from a registration point of view. Three-wheeler business, keeps marching on with its market share at 80%, expanding the CNG and growing the electric three-wheeler component in the business also. Because of the little fracas in the Red Sea, we did face some disruption, and the shipping companies have been quick to increase the freight rates a bit. But you're also right in observing that it is not going to last. But for the moment, yes, shipments were delayed to some parts of Latin America and Africa.
That's about auto sales, but BHEL, that's a stock which is rallying more than 3% on reports of outbidding L&T in NLC's 19,422 crore rupees Odisha project. Vivek is joining us with more details on this one. Vivek.
Well, absolutely right. So, BHEL, one particular company that we've been highlighting all through 2023, we highlighted that, how this particular company would be the beneficiary of India's renewed focus as far as addition of thermal power capacity is concerned. Now, NLC India's Talabira project, almost 2,400 megawatt of capacity to be added as far as thermal addition is concerned, and newspaper reports today indicate that BHEL has emerged as L1 or the lowest bidder for this particular project. Now, as you mentioned, the project cost is well over 19,422 crore, a sizable order as far as BHEL itself is concerned. We reached out to BHEL, we've reached out to NLC India to confirm this particular development. So far, we've not yet received a response from them. Remember, for BHEL, the first half of FY24 saw order inflows of over 33,000 crore. So in that context, even this single order is quite significant. Order backlog well over 1.14 lakh crore. So now it remains to be seen, quite a few orders are still in the pipeline. Where does BHEL still end up L1 at would be important to keep track of.
Thanks so much, Vivek, for getting us all those details. BHEL up in trade today. And flashing on your screens right now, Japan is warning of a major tsunami. So keep that on your radar, and we'll get you more details as and when we get more. And turning our attention to the latest developments also in the Red Sea then, and the US Navy responding to distress calls by a Singapore-flagged Maersk container ship shot down 2 anti-ship missiles and also sunk 3 small boats with Houthi gunmen as they attempted to board the container ship. Now, Maersk had also clarified that the crew on the ship were completely safe and the ship was continuing its journey to Port Suez. However, it has also delayed the transits through the area for the next 48 hours. So that tension really continues, Sonal, and also supply chain disruption because of that.
And that is an important event to watch out for, along with what you just read out as well, right? So we'll need more details on that. It could have a multifold impact on the countries surrounding that and the one that we are seeing on supply chain as well. But let's move on. A year ago, there were several dark clouds hovering over the markets, including inflation, rising rates, and whether the US economy would experience a hard landing. Stocks, however, the market weathered all those worries and really took off, with the Dow Jones finishing the year with a 13.7% gain, the S&P up 24%, while the Nasdaq Composite climbed 43.4% in what was its best year since 2020. CNBC's Bob Pisani tries to make sense of it all and gives us an overview of what lies ahead for the markets in 2024.
One of the big investing events of 2023 was the rise of the Magnificent Seven. Leading AI names like Nvidia were up 236%, Meta up 196%, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Apple all up roughly 50 to 80%. A few points about this AI rally. First, hand-wringing that these were the only AI beneficiaries is simply not true. There were many other companies that benefited as well. Not just other semiconductor companies like AMD, up big this year, but almost anything involved in the cloud business had big moves as well, like Arista Networks and Cloudflare, for example. If this plays out like other disruptive technologies like the internet, you can expect the ecosystem around AI to expand dramatically in 2024. Second, hand-wringing that this would lead to crazy valuations has not occurred, at least among the largest players. Microsoft's 2024 earnings, for example, at roughly 28 times forward earnings estimates, is only slightly above the 5-year average of 26.7. Apple, Meta, Nvidia, and Alphabet are also very close to their average 5-year valuations. Third, since rates began declining in late October and the soft landing scenario became the dominant paradigm, the influence of the Magnificent Seven has waned on the markets. While tech stocks are still strong, the market has dramatically broadened out since November 1st. Small caps, value, equal weight indexing are all leading the way. Now, what about 2024 worries? The market is positioned bullish, so aside from geopolitical conflicts, there's 3 rather clear worries for 2024. First, fewer rate cuts than expected. The market's expecting roughly 6 rate cuts in 2024, but overall economic growth and wage inflation may be more resilient than expected. Second, the economy could go into a recession. All we need is a few disappointments in the numbers on inflation or wage growth or job openings, and the financial press will trumpet, "The recession's finally here." And the public will indeed slow down spending just enough to have everyone agree we're in a recession. Third, earnings and revenue disappointments could occur. Bottoms-up analysts are expecting record earnings in 2024, about 11% higher than 2023. The small number of companies that have reported fourth-quarter earnings already, they end in November, they've noted lower inflationary pressures and lower volumes. And as a result, some big names like Nike, FedEx, General Mills, Wayfair, CarMax, Paychex, they've all reported revenues much lower than expected. As a result, analysts have begun lowering forward estimates for many of these companies. Keep an eye on revenues. It's a 2024 trend that bears watching.
All right, so Bob Pisani giving the summation of what lies ahead for the global markets, especially the US, and consumption, inflation, as well as also recessionary fears. They remain on the list for the year. With that, we'll slip into a short break on Business Lunch. When we return in our special segment, Rewind 2023, we get you a quick recap of how cryptocurrencies fared in the year gone by. Stay tuned for that.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Business Lunch. Well, it's absolutely flat for the markets right now, but 2023 was definitely the year for smart rebound in cryptocurrencies after the crypto winter in 2022 led by sell-offs, layoffs and frauds globally. 2023 was also the year when India introduced 30% tax on profits and 1% TDS on all transactions. Manisha Gupta gets us a quick recap on how the year 2023 was for the cryptocurrency universe.
2023 has seen a smart rebound after what was known as a crypto winter in 2022, led by sell-offs, layoffs, contagion fears and frauds globally. 2022 also was the year when India introduced 30% tax on profits and 1% TDS on all transactions. In 2023, Bitcoin, the first, the most popular and most expensive crypto, has rebounded from a low of almost $16,000, hitting a high of $44,500, though it remains much lower from its all-time high of $68,990. Ethereum is the second most traded crypto, also made a strong comeback from a low of $1151 to $2400. The biggest surge comes in Solana from a low of $8 to nearly $80, though still away from its all-time high of $259. And the list goes on with Cardano, Polygon, Dogecoin, Avalanche, all of them making a strong comeback. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority estimated that there were nearly 20,000 different cryptocurrencies by the start of 2023, although many of them were no longer traded and would never grow to a significant size. By November 2023, it was estimated that around 8,800 cryptocurrencies were in existence. Of these, to list a top few gainers is where you saw 80% to 500% in return in this year is what we saw in top traded cryptos and also the highest market capital. Even as 2023 has its fair share of developments from FTX and Binance going down, the global markets held and grew their presence in crypto and Bitcoin. As per a report from Chainalysis in September 2023, India, despite its regulatory and tax environment, has emerged as one of the top crypto markets by volume. Crypto users in India on websites of various exchanges show strong, while active participation is estimated slightly lower. But even then, the numbers are in millions. Total India trade volumes in the last 1 year until October 2023 is a big $34 billion. Of this, India offshore trading volume is $32 billion. So nearly 93% of total India volume is from offshore exchanges which do not have registered offices in India or comply with local regulations from July 2022 to October 2023. An estimated 5.2 million Indian users have moved to offshore platforms since the introduction of TDS. Now, as 2024 approaches, investors are wondering if 2024 can build on the gains from the previous year. So the things to watch are if the spot Bitcoin ETF gets approval in this coming year. Also, the Bitcoin halving is happening in April 2024. There is Ethereum updates also keenly awaited. So are the rate cuts from global central banks, but the sector is as volatile and uncertain, with crypto enthusiasts, Wall Street banks and brokerages putting Bitcoin price projections in a big range of $30,000 to $1,25,000 in 2024.
All right. What a great account of 2023 and how cryptocurrency world really fared. With that, we'll slip into a short breather on the show. But when we return, we get you a special report on the Amrit Bharat Express trains that were launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he inaugurated several projects in Ayodhya. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Business Lunch and status quo on the markets, and markets remain flat. Well, taking to an important development today as the new year comes, there is some concerning news coming in. Japan has issued an alert warning of a major tsunami after a 7.4 magnitude earthquake hit the Ishikawa prefecture in central Japan. Now, further details are awaited, and we will get you the latest as the situation develops. But keep that on your radar.
Okay, let's move on and put focus on what's happening in the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was in Ayodhya on Saturday to inaugurate a host of projects, flagged off 2 Amrit Bharat Express trains. These trains provide improved facilities for passengers like attractively designed seats, better luggage racks, mobile charging points, among other features. CNBC-TV18's Danish Anand shows us what the train has to offer.
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has flagged off India's second Made in India train called the Amrit Bharat Express, and this train has been launched for the ease of travel of the common man. Let's first look at the design of the train. Well, you can see that this train has a very different look and design, and the color theme is quite different in comparison to other trains. Plus, Amrit Bharat Express has 22 coaches, which includes 12 second-class sleeper coaches and 8 general-class coaches for the unreserved passengers. But the biggest USP of Amrit Bharat Express is the technology that has been used. Well, the technology that has been used in Amrit Bharat Express is the push and pull technology. By that I mean that there are 2 different locomotives at the front end as well as at the rear end of the train. Both of them have 6,000 horsepower, and the exact push and pull technology means that the engine which is behind the train is pushing the train, and the engine that is present in the front is pulling the train. So this is what the push and pull technology is about. And Amrit Bharat Express trains can also run up to the speeds of 130 km per hour. This is how the train is looking from the outside. Now let's step in and see what's inside. Well, Amrit Bharat Express trains have sealed gangways, which is similar to metro trains. Moreover, you can see that there are gates over here which are not present in other sleeper coaches. Once you step forward, you will see that there are 4 toilets which are quite normal in every train. There are 2 Indian toilets and there are 2 Western toilets, and you can see that these are quite clean, and these have been designed in a very modular manner. And there are foot-operated taps in order to ensure that there is no kind of water wastage. And once you step inside, you can see that the entire coach has a very different color theme that is present. First, let me show you the floor. You can see that there is an illumination strip on the floor in order to give convenience to passengers when the lights are switched off. And this is how one Amrit Bharat Express looks from the inside. And you can see that these seats are quite comfortable, they're quite cushiony. Even the racks that are present, the luggage racks that are present, they also come with cushion, and the seats are designed in a very ergonomical way so that the passengers can travel in a quite comfortable manner. And in order to give more convenience to the passengers, Amrit Bharat trains have a mobile charger socket, and on the side of it you can see that you can also keep your phone on the mobile holders. There is also a foldable bottle holder, and the designs have been improved of the entire train. Plus, you can see that there is also a lightweight foldable snack table. And well, as far as the fares of Amrit Bharat Express are concerned, they're expected to be 15 to 17% higher in comparison to other sleeper trains.
All right, Amrit Bharat Express, their improved, upgraded version of our trains. Moving on then, ISRO has started off the year with a bang with the success of the ExpoSat mission launch. Now, the launch also marked the 60th flight of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, which is PSLV. And the new mission aims to solve one of the oldest mysteries of the universe, black holes. Now, this will be done by measuring polarization of X-rays from cosmic sources. The launch took place at 9:10 a.m.
Okay, all right. As the world bids adieu to 2023, the skies world over lit up with spectacular fireworks display to ring in New Year 2024. People across India welcomed the New Year with colourful light displays, parties, music and celebrations. New Zealand was among the first in the world to welcome 2024. Huge firework displays donned the skies of Sydney, Paris, Dubai, London, to name a few. Well, with that, it's a wrap, and wishing all our viewers a very happy and prosperous 2024.